Hey, what's going on? This is Sports Truth. I'm your host, Jordan Harris. So, remember back when you were in high school or maybe middle school when you were eating lunch with your friends in the lunch cafeteria and you just mind your own business and then somebody comes out of nowhere and just slaps you across your face as hard as they could and start laughing? Remember those days? I don't either. I never seen that happen before either. But that's basically what Cardale Jones just did to our Miami Hurricanes. Out of nowhere, Kane walked up to us and slapped us right in the face for no apparent reason. Strange. I don't understand it either. So, before we get into the video, I'm going to show you this. So, this is uh, one of the things that I'm pretty proud of. This is an autograph picture and letter from the Obama family that I received in 2014 after starting one of our nonprofit organizations. And the reason why I'm showing that is because Mrs. Obama told us years ago, when they go low, we go high, right? But unfortunately, this is one of those times where I think we got to take it to the basement with them, baby. So, um, yeah, let's go ahead and just jump right into it. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go over what I mean when I say Cardale Jones of Ohio State, the quarterback that won the national championship a few years ago from Ohio State. He got on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. He had some things to say about the Hurricanes after watching their bowl game. So we'll talk about that, and then we're just gonna go through Cordell Jones's career. We'll just go through step by step, do a quick little timeline, and go from there. So Cardale Jones says via X, he says never seen a team that wants to lose a game as much as Miami and that staff. And then he does the hand covering the face emoji. All right. Then his next tweet or his next post, he says, "Man, I feel bad for the recruits going to Miami U for NIL. Bad staff, no stability within program, and one of the worst college home game atmospheres. Chasing the money isn't always the answer, but good luck." So that's what Cardale Jones had to say. Now, why did he throw this stray bullet? I have no idea. I know Ohio State and Miami, they've been fighting for recruits these last couple of years. Miami's taken a couple of their, or actually flipped a couple of recruits from Ohio State. So maybe he's a little sore about that. I don't know. But this just seemed like it came out of left field, and I'm like, that is super random. I don't know. It's crazy that we caught that stray bullet. So we were minding our own business over here, and he came out of nowhere and just slapped us right in the face. No explanation, just said what he said and moved right on. So he gave some advice here. Chasing the money isn't always the answer, but good luck. My mom always taught me to follow the fruit. That means if someone gives you some advice, look at what fruit they've bared. If they are telling you how to save money, but they don't have any money, they don't have any fruit to show you, then you probably shouldn't listen to them. If somebody tells you some advice like don't chase the money, but you look at them and say, but you chase the money, so like maybe I shouldn't listen to you. So free advice for y'all. Follow the fruit. If somebody gives you some advice, look to see what fruit they've bared. If they don't have any fruit to show for it, then you probably shouldn't be listening to them. So let's look at Cardale Jones's career decisions and just his career in general, as far as college football and pro football, and let's see if maybe these youngsters should or shouldn't be taking his advice. So Cardale Jones, red shirt in 2012, he went to Ohio State. He played 39 snaps in 2013, which would have been his red shirt freshman year. And then in 2014 season, this is the year that made Cardale Jones a household name for about 15 minutes. He was the third string quarterback after two quarterbacks got injured. I think it was Braxton Miller and Barrett, I think. Jones ended up leading Ohio State to win the national championship. So he ended up winning like the final two games, I believe it was, and they ended up winning the whole thing, which it was impressive. Like I didn't see that happening. Cardale Jones played his butt off. He played pretty exceptional, and he ended up winning the whole thing. Can't take that away from the dude. Okay, so then in 2015 season, Cardale Jones started the first seven games, and then he ended up being benched after that seventh game because he just was not performing well. They had like a weird co first string quarterback thing going on for a while, and then it was obvious that Cardale Jones was not the guy, so then he was demoted to second string quarterback. So even after being benched for the rest of the 2015 year, Cardale Jones decided to enter the NFL draft. Some would say he was chasing the money. Some would say that he probably should have gone back for that 2016 season, stayed there one more year, you know what I'm saying, played his senior year there, so he could start a whole season and maybe get picked in the first round, maybe the second round if he performed well enough. But he decided to forego his remaining eligibility and chase the money, go to the NFL. He's telling people not to chase the money, but he did just that, right? So let's see how chasing the money ended up for him. He was selected in the fourth round by the Bills. 2016, he was the third string quarterback in Buffalo behind E.J. Manuel and I can't think of who else it was. But anyway, he was a third string quarterback in Buffalo. Then 2017, traded to the Chargers. So the Chargers ended up trading him. The Chargers ended up getting him in a trade. And then 2018, the Chargers waived him. So it was like 8 months later or something like that after they received him. So 2017, the Chargers got him. 2018, the Chargers waived him. 2018, which is just a couple months later, the Chargers signed him to the practice squad. So then in 2019, which is less than a year later, they released him completely. The Chargers did. But then Cardale Jones ended up getting back on his feet by signing with the Seattle Seahawks practice squad. That was on September 7th, 2019. And then he was released just 11 days later. So let's say September 18th, 2019, for Cardale Jones, it looked like at that point, we're just going to stop it right here for now. It looked like at that point, chasing the money did not go well for him. He chased the money, and at that point, it wasn't going well. But let's see how the remaining career for Cardale Jones went. In 2019, he had the opportunity of a lifetime when he signed with the DC Defenders. And I did not know what that team was, to be honest with you. It was in the XFL. His contract was terminated after 6 months because XFL stopped operations. So 3 years later, he had an even better opportunity, even bigger opportunity, right? 2022, he signed with the Edmonton Elks, the immortal Edmonton Elks of the Canadian Football League. Cardale Jones, the national champion, Ohio State quarterback, who apparently likes to go around and spew negativity of other teams, talk bad about other people making decisions, signed with the Edmonton Elks, the Canadian Football League, and was released after 14 days. So he spent 14 total days with the Elks. And then in 2022, Cardale Jones ended up signing with the Massachusetts Pirates of the Indoor Football League. So Cardale Jones ended up playing for that team for a short stint, but after refusing to report to practice, which was, if you ask me, probably another poor decision, he was released in August 2023. So Cardale Jones it seems like he's got knowledge for everybody, right? He's telling you what you should and what you shouldn't do. All the recruits out there, don't do this, don't do that. I feel bad for you, but good luck. He's got all that. But his career seems like it did not quite pan out. And mainly it was based on some bad decisions that he made here or there. What I would tell Cardale Jones, though, excuse me while I look at my phone real quick because I got to check a score. It is Friday night, December 29th, and it is about 10:20 in Wichita, Kansas, 10:20 p.m. And as I'm checking the score to his Ohio State Buckeyes, they are trailing 14-3 to Missouri. So they have scored 3 entire points in a bowl game. So my advice to Cardale Jones would probably be to pay more attention to what he's got going on in his life, and also pay more attention to what he's got going on his football team. And I'm not talking about the football teams that have waived him, or the football teams that cut him, or the football teams that terminated his contract. I'm talking about the football team that was loyal to him, which is Ohio State Buckeyes, and the team that actually made him a household name for 15 minutes. I would tell him to give more opinions towards that group rather than looking at the Hurricanes and wanting to talk to them. Weird. Because apparently they need your help. They're down. They scored 3 points in almost an hour of football. So on national television at that. So, I mean, I'm sure you have plenty of advice for them. But curious to know what y'all think. Were Cardale Jones, was his comments warranted? Was it out of bounds? Was it weird? Did it make sense? Curious to know what y'all think. Please do like the video, subscribe to the channel. As I always say, I appreciate the time that you're watching me. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, and I appreciate that. So God bless. Take care. Peace.